Morning. So here's our rise with the shine this morning. So we're going to start down in a child's pose. So come down. You can either keep the knees narrow or you can take the knees more towards mat width, bringing the big toes to touch, and then take the hips as far back as you can towards the heels. Reach the arms out in front and then release the forehead down towards the mat. You can always drop a pillow down underneath the forehead if the head's hanging. And then just trying to lengthen through the sides of the body, lengthen through the spine, releasing down into the mat. Closing off the mouth, breathing in and out through the nose. So as you inhale, expanding the sides of the body, expanding the rib cage, sending the breath into the back of the body, and then exhale, release down. So inhale, expanding and lengthening. Exhale, release. Take a couple more breaths, not holding any tension through the shoulders or the head or the jaw, just trying to relax. And then start to walk the hands over towards the right, placing the left hand on top of the right hand, just stretching out through that left side of the body. And then walk the hands back through center, take it over to the other side, right hand on top of the left, just stretching out. Sending the breath to the right side. And then walk the hands back to center. Reach them as far forward as you can. And then lift up, coming to a all fours position. Bringing the knees back so they're hip distance. And then tucking the toes under and just drop the hips back towards the heels. So you're finding a bit of a stretch through the toes, through the foot. And then lifting all the way back up to that all fours position. Untuck the toes, give the tops of the feet a bit of a press against the mat. And then either leaving the toes with the tops of the feet down or toes tucked and come into some cat-cow stretches. So releasing the belly down towards the mat, open across the chest, lifting the tailbone. And then press the mat away, round out the back. Coming through to cat, opening across the chest, and then taking it back to first to cow and then to cat. We'll do one more of each. Opening across the collarbones, and then pressing the mat away, rounding out the back. Coming back to a neutral spine, keeping the left hand where it is, and then sweep the right arm up to the sky, so opening across the chest. Place the back of the hand or the hand onto the back of the head and just draw that elbow back as much as you can, and then release the elbow down towards the mat. So inhale, opening the chest, exhale, release. Inhale, opening, exhale, release. Inhale, open the elbow up to the sky. Release the arm, extend the arm, maybe finding a bit more space. And then as you exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left with the palm facing up, reach it out to the left side and lower the right ear, right shoulder down towards the mat. Take your left arm up towards the sky wrap it around the back and maybe finding the top of the right thigh, or maybe just placing the hand onto the small of the back. And draw the left shoulder away. And then lifting away from the mat, dropping the hips down towards the heels, coming to a kneeling position. Keep the right hand to the outside of the left leg, finding a twist. So drawing that left shoulder back. And then bring both hands to the right hip. Drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder, stretching out the left side of the neck. Bring the head back to center, reach the arms back behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then release the arms. Take the arms in front to about shoulder height, round out the back, chin towards the chest. And then push the hands away, lift up to a high knee, reaching the arms up to the sky. Gaze can go up to the fingertips, or maybe drop the head back, just opening the throat. And then bring the head back to center. Release the hands down to the mat, coming back to your all fours position. So this time, keeping the right hand down on the mat, sweep the left arm up to the sky, so opening across the chest. And then take that left hand to the back of the head, elbow reaching up to the sky as you inhale, and then exhale, lower the elbow down towards the mat. So inhale to open, exhale, release. Inhale, elbow towards the sky, exhale, release. Inhale, reaching the elbow up to the sky, and then releasing the arm, finding a bit more space. And then thread the left hand underneath the right arm, palm facing up, reach it out as far as you can, and then release the left shoulder, left ear down towards the mat. Wrap your right arm around the back, finding the top of the left thigh, or just holding onto a piece of clothing so you can draw that right shoulder away from the mat. And then lower the hips towards the heels as you lift up to kneeling. Left hand stays to the outside of the right thigh, drawing the right shoulder back, finding a twist. And then bring both hands to the outside of the left hip. Left ear drops down towards the left shoulder, so you're stretching out the right side of the neck. And then bring the head back to center. Take the arms behind the back, reach the arms back, send the chest forwards. And then release the hands, take them out in front, rounding the back as much as you can, curving the spine. And then turn the palms away, reach them up to the sky, lift up to your high knees. Again, you might want to release the head back, open the throat. And then come back to center, release the hands down to the mat, coming back to your all fours position. So from all fours, extend the right leg back behind you, pressing the heel away. And then the left leg joins, coming into plank. Drop the knees down. And then this time extend the left leg, press the heel away, stretch through that left leg, and then the right leg joins, coming into plank. Send the hips up towards the sky, coming into your downward dog. So feet are hip distance, just giving the head a bit of a shake, yes and no. Pedaling out the feet, pressing one heel down, and then the other. And then we'll come into a twisting downward dog. So lift up high onto the tiptoes. And then turn the toes over to the left, bend the knees deeply, drop the hips towards the mat, keeping the shoulders facing forward, just finding a twist through your downward dog. And then lift back up to center. Come up high again onto the toes, twist over to the right, bend the knees, sink the hips. And then lift back to center. We'll do one more on each side. So twisting the toes over to the left, bending, dropping the hips as low as you can, and then lifting back up, twisting over to the other side. And then coming back to downward dog. From downward dog, start to walk the feet up towards the hands, keeping the feet hip distance, bend the knees and try to attach the belly towards the thighs. Sweep the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers, release the head and the neck, and then reach the arms overhead, still with that bend through the legs, using the thighs as a bit of a shaft. And then trying to keep the connection with the thighs as you start to straighten the backs of the legs. Release the hands down in front, place the hands onto the shins, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, and then fold back down again, crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, lift the chest. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting to a half lift. Drawing in the belly, picking up the kneecaps so the thighs are engaged, and then take the arms wide, still in your half lift. Press down through the feet. Reach the arms up towards the sky. And then taking hold of the left wrist with the right hand, reach the arms up to the sky, step the left foot behind the right, and a side stretch over to the right. Coming back to center, right, left arm onto the right wrist, lengthen through that right side, step the right foot behind the left, reaching over to the side. And then coming back to center. Take the arms to cactus, draw the elbows back, open across the chest, lift the gaze. And then bring the hands to the heart center. Heel toe the feet together, coming to your mountain pose at the top of the mat. So just returning to the breath, relaxing the shoulders, but standing tall. Rooting down through the feet, and then on an inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, folding forwards, take the hands to the mat. Hands to shins, coming to a half lift. And then place the hands down, step the feet back into plank. So shoulders over the wrists. And then release the knees down, untuck the toes, bend the elbows, come all the way down onto the belly. Keep the hands either side of the chest, lifting up to a baby cobra. And then releasing down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, baby cobra. Taking the hands away from the mat, using the back muscles. And then release the hands down, press through the hands, lift up to all fours. Take the hips all the way back to the heels into your child's pose. Lifting up to all fours again, tucking the toes under, send the hips high, finding downward dog. Keep the left foot down on the mat and then sweep the right leg up to the sky. Just rotate that right ankle one way and then the other. And then bend at the knee. Open the right hip out to the side, keeping the shoulders facing forwards. And then re-straighten that right leg. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand and then lower the back knee down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Take the right arm up to the sky, opening the chest to the ceiling. And then release the hand down to the mat. Tuck the left toes under, lift the back knee away from the mat. And then step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. You can come into a high squat, forearms onto the tops of the thighs, or sinking a bit deeper, bringing the elbows to the inside, coming into your yogi squat, dropping the tailbone down towards the mat, opening across the chest. Relax the shoulders. And then release the hands down. Start to take the hips up towards the sky, straightening the backs of the legs. Turn the feet so they're parallel. Give the head a little bit of a shake. Coming up to spider fingers. Lift the chest. Exhale, fold. And then take the arms a little bit further forward, as far forward as you can. Weight into the back of the heels and drop the hips down towards the mat. So bending the knees, sinking the hips as low as you can. And then reach the arms forwards, coming into a wide chair pose. So working through the tops of the legs into the glutes. And then press the feet down through the mat as you lift all the way up to standing. Bring or hook the thumbs at the top, open the chest to the sky, squeeze the glutes, little back bend. And then bring the hands back to the heart center. Heel toe the feet together. Come back to your mountain pose. Come back to the breath. So inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forwards, hands come down to the mat. Hands to shins, lift the chest. Exhale, hands come down, stepping back into your plank position. Release the knees down, untuck the toes, bend the elbows, come all the way down onto the belly. This time taking the arms about mat width with the elbows pointing up to the sky. Forehead towards the mat, and then on an inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the shoulders, opening the throat. Exhale, release all the way down. So a wide cobra. Inhale, lifting, opening across the chest. Exhale, release. One more, inhaling. And exhaling. Bringing the hands back either side of the chest. Lifting up through all fours, taking the hips to the heels, coming into a child's pose, rounding out the back. And then press into the hands, lift up to all fours, tuck the toes under, send the hips high, come back to your downward dog. So feet are parallel, sending the tailbone up towards the sky, and then keep the right foot down on the mat. Sweep the left leg up to the sky. Rotate the left ankle a couple of times one way and then the other. And then bend the knee so the heel comes towards the bottom. Open that left knee out to the side, shoulders face forwards. And then re-straighten that left leg. Step the left foot to the outside of the left hand and lower the back knee down to the mat. Untuck the back toes. Keep the right hand down on the mat. Left arm reaches up to the sky, opening across the chest. And then place that left hand down, tucking the back toes under, lifting the back knee away from the mat, and then step that back foot to the outside of the right hand. Again, coming into a squat, either higher up or sinking the hips down, tailbone down towards the mat, lengthening the spine, pressing the hands towards each other, elbows to the inside of the legs. Come back to the breath. And then release the hands down. Start to straighten the backs of the legs as you lift the hips up to the sky. Turn the feet so they're parallel. Coming onto spider fingers, lift the chest into a half lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. And then walk those hands a little bit further forward. Weight to the backs of the heels as you drop the hips down as low as you can. And then lift the arms, coming into that wide chair position. Strong through the legs, and then press the mat away with the feet. Straighten the legs, coming back to a standing position. Hook the thumbs at the top. Find that little back bend. And then bring the hands to the heart center. Heel toe the feet together, coming back to your mountain pose, relaxing the shoulders, breathing in and out through the nose. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forwards, take the hands to the mat. Hands to shins, lift the chest. Exhale, hands come down, step the right leg back behind you, and then take the arms up to the sky into a high lunge. Reach the right arm forwards, left arm back, twisting to the left, tops of the thighs drawing towards each other. And then take the arms back to high lunge, back to the center. Lower the back heel down, open out for warrior two. So left knee tracking over the left toes, relaxing the shoulders, extending the fingertips out to the side, and then reverse the front palm, reverse the warrior. Coming back to warrior two, place the left forearm onto the left thigh, right arm reaches up to the sky, and then reach that right arm towards the top of the mat, brushing the right ear with the right arm, spinning the chest to the sky, and then release the right hand down so it's in line with the front foot. Spin onto the back toes and take the left arm up to the sky. Release the left hand down so you're framing the front foot, and then push off the back toes, step the back foot to join the front. Hands to shins, lift the chest. Exhale, fold, and then bend the knees, take the weight to the backs of the heels, reach the arms forwards into your chair pose. Press through the feet, come all the way up to standing. Hooking the thumbs, maybe find that little back bend once more, sending the hips forward, squeezing the glutes. And then exhaling, folding forwards, taking the hands to the mat. Hands to shins, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Hands come down, left leg steps back behind you. Keep the back knee lifted, reach the arms up to the sky. into your high lunge. Take the left arm forwards, right arm back, finding a twist, again drawing the thighs towards each other, and then lift the arms back to center. Lower the back heel, so the left foot's flat on the mat, bending the right knee, opening out to warrior two. Sinking a little bit deeper, reverse the front palm, reverse the warrior. And then come back to your warrior two. Right forearm lowers down to the top of the right thigh, palm facing up, and then take the left arm up to the sky. Reach the left arm towards the top of the mat, brushing the left ear with the bicep, and then releasing, taking the left hand down to the mat, spinning onto the back toes, and extend the right arm up to the sky, opening across the chest. Right arm comes down, framing the front foot, pushing off the back toes, step the back foot to the front. Hands to shins, lift the chest. Exhale, fold over the legs, and then bend the knees, drop the hips towards the mat, reach the arms forwards into your chair pose, and then press down through the feet. Come all the way up to standing. Final back bend, so hooking the thumbs, opening the chest. And then releasing all the way down, folding forwards, hands to the mat. Hands to shins, lift the chest. Hands come down, stepping back into your plank position. From plank, dropping the knees down, untuck the toes, come all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, lifting the chest, either to baby cobra or high cobra. And then take it all the way back to your child's pose. So just rolling the forehead across the mat, swaying the hips from side to side. And then lifting up, coming up onto the knees. So from here, we'll take the twist again. So taking the left arm across the right leg, right arm goes behind, or maybe wrap it around the back to find the left hip or the top of the left thigh. And then come back to center, switching sides, right hand to the outside of the left leg, left hand goes behind or wrap it around the back, finding the top of the right thigh, just drawing that left shoulder back. Coming back to center, bring the shoulders up towards the ears, and then release. Again, draw the shoulders up and release. One more, shoulders up towards the ears and release. Reach the arms wide, take them up above the head. Join the palms together, look towards the thumbs, and then bring the hands back to the heart center, just pressing the thumbs in towards the sternum, gazing down to the tips of the fingers or closing off the eyes. Slowing down the breath, just coming back to your normal rhythm of breathing, allowing the belly to rise and fall. Now then, start to rub the palms together, creating warmth, Place the palms over the eyes. Breathe in and then breathe out. Bring the hands back to the heart center. Thank you very much. Well done. Hope you have a good day.